Hey, Klara, Adalena here. Getting ready to go live. Give me a few moments, setting it all up the way I want it. Get yourself some tea, enjoy life, and be in the moment. No bigger gift. There's a famous story of not the Dalai Lama, but somebody like him, who, was taken from, I think, the Emperor of Japan, taken from one appointment to the other, and everybody was trying to make it perfect for the Emperor. And then they came to another meeting, and the hall was empty, and there was nobody. And all his assistants were feeling like, oh my God, this poor man, he is so busy, and we made him come to an empty room. But the Emperor, he made a bow to the emptiness. And he said to his assistant, we should have more appointments like this. So that's how I start my lives. One cup of tea and then I'm with you. Klara, Adalena at the Love for Life Academy, the Emperor and the empty room. And also, if we can have it all, why is it so hard for successful women to find true love and their soulmate? Good question, right? If we can have it all, then why is it such a struggle for many women? So let's look at that today, and let's really put that into focus. And hello to everybody. People are starting to come in. Give me a hello so I know who it is. This is all about connecting, right? And when I can know who you are, I can connect to you, and we can make it so much more personal and meaningful. If we can have it all, why is it so hard? There is something, right, that as we really developed ourselves, hey, Michelle, it's you, thank you. And a beautiful sun out there. And you're rocking it, right, Michelle? But for so many, I love, by the way, how you shared this morning that for so many years you hadn't been dating. And now you're online dating, and I think you had 4 men around you that you really want to meet. I love it. So those are the shifts we are talking about here. But how does it begin? It begins with realizing that something is off. Because I do believe we can have it all. And I'm sure that deep down, you believe it too, right? The idea that there's anything outside of us that can hold us back, we've left that behind. As, doctors, entrepreneurs, who was I speaking to this morning? Trainer, professional, corporate trainer, women holding those kind of functions. We have passed so many barricades, so many obstacles just to be here. So how could we ever accept the idea that anything outside of us could hold us back? Nonsense, right? Doesn't fit. Yet in love, that's what we see so often. And women come to me on the phone and they're like, well, Klara, there's just no good man around there. I'm just not meeting the right guys. What is going on? And it would seem like there's all these obstacles, right? And we can start focusing on them. We can start focusing on the dating apps, which are amazing, but they're far from perfect. New ones are coming out, by the way, like a Bumble, something like Bumble, putting the woman first, but then a new concept. Which I am truly a believer of. Hey, Rochelle, nice to meet you. And in that new dating app that's coming out, something that I truly believe in, that you will be able to connect with the other women on the platform. So important, right? Dating is not a thing we do alone as women. It would be crazy. We need to be able to root in our feminine power. So we need a sisterhood, a tribe behind us. But that's taking me off topic. So there's new dating apps coming out. They're still not perfect, even if they're getting better. But it would be crazy to think that we could blame the dating app for dating for successful women being so hard. What is often blamed is the man, of course. They would simply not be ready. They're just so busy with their careers. They keep ghosting whenever they don't like it. They're just gone. They think there's another woman out there. There is so many obstacles. It's all true. It's all challenges. Yet, you, we, us, we've come to a point where we just can't accept that there would be anything outside of us that could hold us back, right? So then why is that not working in dating? Why, when we do accept, like, I'm in charge, it's my life, I'm owning it, and I'll get where I want, then why is our dating life so different? Why is it in dating that we feel dependent, that we feel we can't set goals, that it would not be sexy to set a goal, that it would mean that in the end you would settle because you would take the wrong man? You know, there's all these crazy ideas around goal setting. Nonsense. When you do it the right way, I always say set a goal for half a year or earlier, not longer. No need to. It just creates space for fear. Half a year or shorter. 2 months is a beautiful time. Set your goal for 2 or 3 months. I will be with my soulmate in a committed, beautiful, fulfilling relationship in 3 months. Wow, do you feel the energy of that? So, you know, the idea that setting a goal would mean that you're going to settle, it's nonsense. Because, you know, it kind of suggests that we're just looking to be with a man, that would be the goal. But that's never the goal, not for the women who work with me, that is. The goal is to be with your soulmate in 3 months. And then people are like, yeah, but I can't believe that. I mean, wouldn't you be forcing it? See, Rochelle, thank you for being honest about that. 3 months seems such a short time, almost impossible. And it's true, Rochelle, for so many people, it is impossible. So many people take 3 years or even 13 years, right? Yet, for the women who work with me, 3 months, it turns out to be doable. It happens again and again and again. I can't guarantee it. It might be 4, right? But setting a goal of 3 is certainly not crazy. So bear with me, Rochelle, and you will start to feel, you know, the magic that is happening here. Why are we different? Why can we set these goals? Well, because we really understand that we are truly setting a goal for our soulmate. So it's no settling, it's to be with the best of man. And because we're truly seeing that, we're engaging all our 5 feminine power centers to make that happen. Because we set ourselves a real challenge in love, and because we believe in it, we start to activate the powers that we need. And of course, one of the power centers is having a mentor and a tribe. This is not something, Rochelle or anyone else, that you can do on your own. That would be crazy, right? There is so many sidetracks where you could get sidetracked. There is so many mistakes you could make. There is so much confusion. There is so much disappointment, right? When we open ourselves to love, we open ourselves to disappointment. Not on the level that you're used to, but we cannot totally exclude it either. So we need to be really ready and excited to say, okay, disappointment, welcome, part of my path. If you don't know how to deal with disappointment, what will happen is either we lock ourselves up in our room, and I meet so many women, right? They really want a partner, a family, to move into that phase of the life. I say, okay, great, how's your dating life going? I'm not dating. Huh? There is something going on, right? I want to be there, but I'm not taking the steps to get there. But it's because of disappointment. And there's more going on, to be honest. But part of it is not knowing how to deal with disappointment. And then when a disappointment comes, it can really throw you. But there is much more going on, right? Because when you don't have these 5 feminine power centers, dating is a hell. And when you get rejected in painful ways, time and again, and you don't see any change happening, I mean, the best of persons would get thrown, right? And we do give up. I get that. But that's why we need these power centers. And the first one is a mentor and a tribe. Because with those behind you, you can start giving new meanings. You're not alone on your journey. You see it is working for other sisters in the tribe. And that gives you confidence that for you too it will work. So the first one is really why we can set these crazy goals is because we know what we're doing and we're having a community behind us. Second one is we work a lot on mindset. When there's a disappointment, what do we focus on? Do we focus on what went wrong? Do we focus on, oh, this always happens to me? Of course not, right? But just to make it very clear. Do I focus on, there's just no good man out there? Do I focus on, this is number 101? Or do I focus on, something was different today? I'm practicing my steps, my 5 feminine power centers. And hey, I'm noticing how I am improving. And I see that mirrored because he, maybe because he is really excited to see me again. I don't feel like it, but he is really excited. Maybe that's what I'm celebrating, whatever. When you learn to show up differently, new things start happening. And when you focus on that, you're on a forward motion. And you stay in motion. Because when you allow the energy to drop down, there can be no self-correction. When you're just sitting on the couch, you don't learn to date. But when you're going out dating and when you're getting positive feedback from your sisters and your mentor, you learn really quickly. You improve not only date by date, but day by day. Because dating is not just on the dates, it's all the time, the whole period. So that's how we do it, right? We have those 5 feminine power centers, the tribe, the mindset, to really feel like a queen, to own the space. We have to truly root in your deep, sacred feminine essence. Your juicy feminine, right? We need that because that's the source, that's the safety, that's the power. And that is the force that starts attracting the right man. The law of attraction is very clear about it. If you want to truly enhance your powers of attraction, you need to attract from source. You need to be aligned with your source because that's where the infinite power is. Obvious. So in dating, we need to truly align with our feminine essence because then we start to attract the right man. So ask yourself, if you're struggling like most women, and you're not attracting the right kind of man, are you truly aligned with your feminine power? Is it oozing out every cell? Are you celebrating being a woman with whatever that means for you? Are you celebrating your curves, the beauty of your face, the magic of your aura? Are you aware of it? Are you celebrating it? Are you trusting that it is a power? Or are you hiding it and thinking it's a drawback instead of an asset? Right? Makes so much difference. So that's the third power center. And then there's the fourth of understanding sabotage. Our power, when we're not allowed to use it for what we want, when we are being told that setting a goal of having a man in 3 months is crazy, then we cannot really use our power, and then our power starts to use us. Sad but true. And how do we see that? We sabotage. We are really amazing on all those dates until and unless the right one comes. And then we just freeze. We're nowhere. That's sabotage right there. We have all these fun jokes with the great man, but at the same time, we're always keeping them at a distance. They can never come close. Sabotage right there. So we start to understand the whole process of sabotage, how it works, why we do it, and how to shift it. There's so much going on. And then there is the first of all, vulnerability. And we really need the other four to be able to truly show up vulnerable. And what does that mean? Being vulnerable means you are you. It doesn't mean allowing all your weak and nasty and, oh, I can't find my keys and I'm so nervous and, oh my God, I'm not sure that I should be here. Allowing all of that to come through is not necessarily being vulnerable. It is sharing your neediness. It's claiming the other by using your weakness. But then what do I mean by being vulnerable? Read Brené Brown, right? But I was on this topic years before she started on it. But she says it very simple, right? We can get it when we read her. Being vulnerable is really showing who you are. With your fullness, with your desire. Now that's vulnerable, right? Coming up on a first date, seeing a man, feeling like, my whole pelvis is on fire. And then saying, my whole pelvis is on fire. That's vulnerability. It's truthful. It's all of who you are. It's hiding nothing. Without asking him first, can you listen to what I have to say? We're just sharing it. So do you feel there's both incredible power in that? And there is incredible vulnerability. He could laugh at you. He won't. That's the power of it. When you truly step in your vulnerability, people don't laugh at you. It's more like when we see those clips on video on YouTube, right, or whatever, Vimeo of, I'm thinking of those two old people in their 80s and they're dancing and they're so awkward in their movements, but they love the dance and it just radiates from them. That's being vulnerable. Everybody can say, oh, you're too old to dance. They don't care. They do it. And because they do it, the clip goes viral. Because they do it, there's one or two nerds who will, say this is stupid, they shouldn't dance. But the vast majority of people, they're like, wow, that's how I want to grow old. Now that's the power of vulnerability. When we truly step into being vulnerable, we're not being laughed at. And once you get that, you have such an important key. But to get it, I see a thumb coming up my screen. To get it, we do need those other feminine power centers too. To be able to be this kind of vulnerable, we need that queen mindset. We need our goddess roots. We need a tribe and a mentor behind us. And we need to understand sabotage and know that that's not going to hold us back. So are you starting to feel a bit, how we work here and how with these 5 centers together, you show up as the woman that you are, as the best version you are. And with a mentor behind you, you just know what you need to do. right? There's no confusion. You're clear. You know what can be done on a first date and what can't. You're ready to take risks, to be vulnerable. You are in this place of excitement, of glowing, of radiating your feminine energy. You're in this space of being willing to look at what you have to learn and to show up even better, right? There's all this beautiful energy going on. And that energy is what attracts you, man. It's how you are in this process, full to the max, enjoying it, tasting every second of it. That's what is attracting your man. And that's why here, when we work as a group, it's even more powerful, because as a group, we can raise even more energy and attract even more high quality men. And then the magic happens within 3 months or something like that. So it all begins with, really starting to see that the idea, no, let me begin differently. Up now, it's your reality that it is difficult to be a successful woman, show up strong at work, yet be the femme also in your spare time. You are feeling it is difficult now. But do you see that if you have these 5 feminine power centers, you start functioning at a whole other level? And then the statement, we can have it all, it becomes a truth. It was never a promise for the lazy, right? It was hope for the ones willing to work, for the ones to committed to finding love. So often I say to women, you have a choice. You're 38, something like that. Dating has not been working out. Relationships have not been working out. So either you go like, okay, I settle for a life with my work, with my friends, with my fitness, and I'll get bored and I might get even skeptical, but I'll just make the best of it. Or you're like, you know what? I'm going to do something crazy. I'm aware that none of the strategies that I have been using worked. So I'm going to use a new one. I am going to do something crazy. I'm going to unleash these 5 feminine power centers, and I'm going to get the best help on the planet to do that. And I believe this story, and I believe these examples of women who are breaking all the rules and who are finding man within months. Great man, their soulmates. When I first learned about the law of attraction, we were, of course, already using it for years, as I come from magical, woo-woo circles. But the law of attraction, the book, the film, the secret, it made it all so clear. And I remember in the film, they really said somewhere, like, it's just in our mind that big things would take longer to create. But on an energy plane, it's nonsense. If that energy thing that we want is actually close to us, it can come quickly. Another part of it is when we are close to the one we want to be with, that partner, it can come quickly. So shift your thinking. It's a myth that it would have to take long. And I'm here, and all the women who work with me are here to show you that something else exists. And if you want to read some of their stories and you're not yet in my group, The Art of a Relationship You Love, go into that group. The Art of a Relationship You Love. Let me just post that in the comments. 1 second. I will find it for you. Here we go. Bookmarks, you don't need that part. So that's when you can find case studies, sharing, celebrations, so much that is going on here. And if you're really feeling another level of readiness, feeling like, Klara, you're just saying exactly what I need to hear. And, it's December, Christmas is coming, New Year is coming. New Year come, I want to be on a path to being with my man. And my goal is Valentine. Valentine 2019, I will be with my man. If that's your goal, we can do it. But you need to play full out, unleash these 5 feminine power centers. Get me behind you, right? Together, we can do this. On your own, probably be another disappointment. No more of that. So if that's what you want, then reach out to me, klaraadalena.com/apply. Apply, such a beautiful word. There you can apply to have a session with me where we really look at, wow, is this also true for you? Because women have always so many questions. Hey, Lakshmi, good to see you. Women have always so many questions. Yeah, this is true for others. Yeah, I see those women. Wow, but they're so amazing. They're so this, they're so that. Well, they weren't so this or that when they began, right? I'm always amazed myself. I don't always see them on video all the time in the 8 weeks. I see them at the beginning, at the end. I'm like, wow, she has changed. She's glowing. She's radiating. Oh my God, that's my program doing this, right? Stuff happens here, right? So Jesus was warning for this too, right? People started saying, yes, Jesus, you can do that. He said, no, we can do that. We can do this. But if you want my help with this, if you really want to let me know, but Klara, this is what's going on for me. Can I do this too? Let's speak. I do need to be very clear here. This is a top level program. It's the best of the best, the Rolls Royce of the Rolls Royces. So don't think it's going to be free. Don't think it's going to be the same price as your local coach. It's not, right? This stuff works. This is different. And it asks you to show up fully in every way. Every way. To invest everything that you have. That's what we're about here. And then what do we get? A new life. A world that we dreamed of, but that we couldn't find the entrance to before. And that becomes our reality. And then the beautiful thing is, everything we invested, we get it back in spades. That's how it works here. When you invest in the right place, it's not loss of money, it's investment. It's a small spend, relatively speaking, to get a big spend back. So that's what we need here. Women who are, awesome, showing up in their power, ready to rock, fun to work with, an asset to our group, lifting the group energy for everyone. And together, we're making this work. KlaraAdalena.com/apply. Thank you for being here, wonderful sisters. It's always such a pleasure to talk. I do this every Tuesday morning, 8:45 Amsterdam time, every Wednesday afternoon, 3:30 Amsterdam time. So, put this in your calendar. Make sure you're here because the years go by, right? Soon another year will have gone by and you're still not with your partner. Is that what you wish for yourself? And if not, this is your chance to actually change it. KlaraAdalena.com/apply. Thank you. You can have it all, but it probably takes more than you ever thought, and it probably will give you more back than you ever dreamed of. Thank you so much. Aloha and speak soon. Bye-bye.